Oh, how do you, Tam Tam? Hi, Wes. How you doing? So I'm a little bit late. Hi, Crafty. Hey, replay. Hang on. Hold on. It's better. Give me 2 seconds a minute. Can't see what. Oh, I can't. I can't see Robbie in there. Hey, Mr. Happy. Oh, well, so far no haters have turned up. Replay. Oh, but it's cold. But not to worry. Hey, Sophie. Typical. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I've been told by a few people to behave myself so I don't upset too many people. All I'm going to do is say is I'm going to try. I can't be on here for too long because I've got to get Sam out. But I know, but you know what I'm like. Replay. I always prefer somebody up with me. But it's. I'm just going to jump straight into it. Actually, I don't know if many of you Brits know about a guy called Ed Kemper. American serial killer killed his victims in the 70s and 80s. 6'9". I'm 6'2". Granny's watching referred to me as similar to Ed Kemper. Let's take you, Granny, for starters. My old man, when he was alive, he worked for 50 years till he retired. And then he went on to part-time working right up to a few weeks before he passed away from cancer. Never had a criminal record in his life. Yes, I'm the black sheep of the family. I'm the only one with a criminal record. What did your dad do? Wasn't it embezzlement, stroke theft, and then you followed in his footsteps, or he followed in your footsteps? What about the other week when Cheese came onto your panel. Within 10 minutes, he owns your ass. Don't act like you're motherfucking superior, because you're not. And for those in your audience, by crikey, they haven't got that audience that night when Cheese owned your ass didn't have much of a brain cell amongst them, did they? Oh. And then you got LMP. Comes up on a panel the other night, I think, was it on Sally Ann's, wasn't it? And thank you, Tam Tam. I'm not always looking at the chat. I have to try and concentrate. And then you got Little Miss Purple. You can't seem to come up on panel, and you're not blocked off on my panel. The trouble with you is you can't stop drinking. And you admitted to me, and I will always stand by these words, you're a fucking cokehead. You admitted to me, outside of YouTube, you had a problem with drink, you were an alcoholic. And then you would take that back and say, you weren't. And then you were saying on Sally Ann's panel the other day, I'm not a danger to me kid. I'm going to get my kid back. You know full well that's not possible at the moment. And while you're an alcoholic, you would be a danger to any kid that's in your care. You want to run your mouth at me? Let me know when you want to set a panel up. You come up on the panel, you can shout your head off at me, blah, blah, blah. But do it sober. Because at the moment, hi Sally Ann, at the moment, it's not a case of everyone's laughing with you when you go up on panel. They're laughing at you. It's the honest truth. The one thing I will defend LMP on is she's no prostitute. I don't know where that rumour came from. She's definitely not one of those. But instead of attacking people, hang on. God, it's been a long time since I've done this. That's what she claimed. Replay. Hey Larry, I clap back. Oh. Lost me trail of thought now. I trust it.
Hi,
Hello.
how are you?
Tired.
I've just come up for a bit of moral support, my darling. So, yeah, you just speak your truth, ignore chat, and just say what you need to say, but without dogging anybody out, David. All right.
Yeah, it's yeah. I haven't done this for a long time, so I'm out of my depth at the moment.
And as for
But,
this, as for this prostitute thing, nobody said that at all. Nobody. So, where she got her information from, she needs to go back and ask these people what was really said, because that was never said.
yeah, she said she mentioned it on Sally Ann's. Is it on Sally Ann's? I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure it was on Sally Ann's live the other night, wasn't it?
it was.
When she was trying to give it the big all against Sally Ann. The trouble is, replay. If she wants to take it on me, why go up on all these panels?
Listen, you gave an open invitation, right, on my panel. Right, listen, you never threatened nobody on my panel, which you didn't. Yes, you may have shut your mouth off a bit. Look, you was angry. I get it, right? But you have said, stop attacking people who you was associated with, who are friends with you, vice versa, right? You got a problem, come and see you. This is your channel. You've already said you'll address these people. Come up on my panel, which I get it, Dave, I get it. So,
Yeah,
where are these people now?
and the trouble is, I mean, no one came into the chat to pull her off. You know, to tell her to get off of. Because I don't hate. I don't dislike LMP at all. I feel quite sorry for her because she's basically getting used as a mouthpiece, and then obviously people are laughing behind her back, finding it
No,
funny. And it
I
seems
agree
to be
with
on
that. I
that.
agree with you. I
As
agree with
far
you,
as I'm
darling.
concerned, Sally Ann doesn't do anything wrong in her questioning. And if I'm breathing heavy, it's because it's fucking cold up here tonight. It, who else was I going to mention? I just. I was running
Right.
with a train of thought and then it got disturbed.
Yeah. All I'm going to say is, like, I mean, people have been running their mouths off. Listen, it's up to people whether they come and watch you, support you, speak to you, right? You've got to get it. I get it, right? But nobody's defending nothing, right? And for these people to keep running the mouths of it, i.e., Laurie, right, and says, if I were you, David, get off this platform. Right, and I'm going to say this now. Nobody has no right to tell you to get off this platform. You've got every right to be on here. Okay. So don't let these imbeciles and hypocrites run you off this platform. Are you listening?
Yeah, oh no, I'm going to make a few lives once I get this one over and done with and I'm more comfortable. Then I'll try and do a live on my own.
Exactly.
But
But
it's just. It seemed to be anyone associated with me. You know, they went for sagacious.
exactly. They've
They
gone for
went for
you.
they
They've
went
gone
for
for
some.
me. They've gone for me, Craft. They've gone for Sagacious. They've gone for Sally Ann. Why? For what reason?
I have no idea because you're all connected to me. You see.
They're all clans, mate. They're all clans. A lot of them. And you know what? Do you know what makes me laugh about all this situation? Well, not like I'm on about since this situation came out, right, David? And I've said it many a times. It wasn't my story to tell. And it
No,
wasn't.
I know that.
That's your story to tell. Did I pry into your private life? No, because it's not my business. It's not nobody's business. That's for you. if you want to put it out there. But for these little immature little twats, right, what are using Lorraine and LMP as a mouthpiece, best thing about it, not one of them like each other. It's amazing. It's amazing. Makes me laugh.
Well,
They bloody don't, David. You know different. They don't. You know that. Listen,
oh yeah. I was
two
just
of
thinking
them
when you
they couldn't
mentioned.
stand Lorraine. They couldn't stand Purple because she was
No,
a
it's true.
liability. And that is true. You know that.
When we were right when we were in when we had the WhatsApp group,
Yes.
we had two separate. Well, we you've already mentioned this, but we had two separate groups that I was in as well. Wasn't it?
Yes.
Right. So the one I was in, there was me, you, Lorraine, and LMP, and the
No,
other one was the rest of the
we
group.
had the original group, right, was me, you, Kraft, London, Solo, LMP, and Lorraine and Janet,
That's it. Yeah.
right? Then Lorraine started talking to CJ, which she was honest about. I'm not saying she wasn't, but she got side-eyed. So we did another chat where I removed Lorraine. And I removed Lindsay. Lindsay wasn't invited in neither because she was a liability and couldn't be trusted because the girls didn't want her in there. But it just
But
makes me laugh.
what were they? I mean, they were saying in the chat that they didn't want to be in the group with Lindsay because they couldn't handle her. Basically, could they?
Because she was a liability, David. Because she was jumping up on panels absolutely out of face, which she was, as you know this. Oh my God, why is she doing that? I told her she represents your channel. Yes, she was. Why do you think I de-wrenched her? That was one of the reasons. Because she was jumping up on people's panels and just talking bullshit. Running the mouth off. And she couldn't be trusted, mate. She couldn't be trusted.
But I mean, you can confirm this now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got my vape
And there was
pen.
another group made. It was About You, David, which it was. You know about this. I've told you.
Yeah,
You was removed. I took your wrench. I removed you from the channel and I removed you from the group, right? Because all this bullshit come out about you. They dropped these newspaper articles at the time I was in hospital, which I was. And when I came out, my daughter was poorly, which it was. They was putting in these newspaper. I didn't even know your full name until all this come out, which I didn't. And I said there and then, I'm not doing it. That's up to David. And that's why they got pissed because do you know what I mean? Because I wouldn't expose your story. Like I said, why do you all know this? And then Lindsay kept it to herself for 2 days. Sorry, Purple, I apologise. But she kept it to herself for 2 days. But these girls were just on, and I wasn't doing it, mate. Because it's nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with me. Now, if these girls was in any danger, as in if I gave them a phone number or a address, which I haven't because I don't know it, right? What I'm saying is, like with Purple, she invited you to her property to do this live stream, not the other way around. So you can shut up with that one, Purple. Dave never said that to you. You asked him. So don't lie on that one. And
yeah.
sorry. And like these girls were all triggered because I wasn't policing this chat. Listen, I have a real life. My life does not revolve around YouTube and doesn't revolve around a mod chat. Well, it wasn't a mod chat, it was a group chat where people could just drop links in, shoot the shit if they wanted to, if they needed to offload, and there was somebody in there who they could talk to if they needed to run something by. It wasn't nothing like that, do you know what I mean? So what I'm
Yeah.
saying is, now these girls are all hypocrites saying, well, replay should have been in there all the time. No, I'm not your mothers. You're grown-ass women. Who you talk to offline is not my business. And it isn't.
Can you remember who got Outlander's address?
I can, yes.
And that was London, wasn't it?
It was. Yes.
Do you think they did? I mean, I don't know Outlander. I've never been in any of his lives, but with the exception of knowing that he goes on with
Listen, about that, I made a broad
Spider.
statement. It wasn't kind of a threat. Well, it kind of was, but it wasn't. It was like a tamed down version. And they were shooting his mouth off about me. It didn't even know me. Listen, I get it. I was sticking up for my friends, right? Yeah. And you know what? There's more than one Outlander on this platform, which there is. So it was a broad statement. And it was. But within 20 minutes of me saying that, I knew where he lived. I got a picture of his house, mate. You know what I mean? So, talk on these ladies. Just saying.
Do you think they did? Now you see how it happened. How it happened. My past came out. It was LMP turned around and said, "Well, I was messing with the keyboard, messing with your name. I was just putting such and such in, and your details came up, your past came up, cock and bull."
Right. From what I remember, obviously, because I was in hospital, the girls came to me, which they did. It was already in this group chat. I presume it was Purple. What she was the one what was looked into you and put this information out there. And the girls were going through some old live streams or something from a year ago about your online behaviour and your falling outs with people. And they were the
Oh
ones that
yeah,
were
I'm
digging
always
into
falling
it.
out with people.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I mean, I'm just saying you had an argument with Cotton Candy. That's all I know from a year ago. Don't know about that. Don't want to know about it. But all I'm saying is your dad, Cotton Candy boobs, is it?
I don't even know who Cotton Candy is.
Well, there is a live
I don't,
stream,
well,
David, and you know,
I've
following
seen them in
that.
chat, but I
I'm
don't.
just saying, it's from about a year ago. But these were dropping these in the chat saying, look, listen to this. That's his online behaviour. Do you know what I mean? But you always sound listen, did you say some shit off cuff? Yeah, you lost your shit a few times. Did you really send in? Because you're a sarcastic bastard sometimes, David. Gotta admit it. You got dry wit, mate. But do you go a little too far sometimes? Yeah, you need to rein it back a bit, but I wouldn't say
Yeah,
you
but have
don't.
you ever
What?
known me to lie? Has anyone in the chat ever known me when I come up on panel? I've
No, I
always
haven't.
come.
No. Yeah, you've already said it how it is.
Yeah, that's all. That's you see, my old man got taught by his old man. Blah blah. If you had an argument with somebody, I mean, this is long before the internet, because the internet's only been on 22 years. We were all still young whippersnappers when it came out. But the thing is, before the internet came out, I was always taught that if you had a disagreement with someone, even a serious argument, they either came to your address or you went to their address and you talked it out first. There was no fisticuffs. There was no raised voices. It was just done in a general matter over a pint or a cup of coffee or whatever, right? And if you still couldn't, reach a decision to stay away from each other and that's where, and you were still getting slagged off by the other person, that's when, you could go and say, well, we'll sort it out with fists. That's how we worked it out in my neighbourhood. And my neighbourhood was, middle class to upper class. There was none of this, threatening. What was it? There was none of this. Oh well, he threatened me. Blah blah. Like a lot of the other side seemed to be saying. I threat. Yet they haven't come up with any proof. And
I
it's
wonder
not.
what. Listen, that Wendy in chat, listen about you're all disgusting. Right. Has Dave ever said anything wrong to you, darling? No. So take your opinion and jog on. There's the door. Thanks for coming there, my darling. Nice one. Sorry, David.
Oh, that's right. I mean, nowadays it's so easy to be on the net, isn't it? It's easy to run your mouth off and say this and say that, and this person said that, and that person said this. But the trouble is, the other side, I mean, we've got quite a decent community now. On this side of the community, there's you, there's Crafty, there's Sally Ann, there's Sophie, and a few others. There's OND, ODN, there's Scuddy. That side never produces the evidence. When you say to them, "Well, can you provide it?" They're all. What niggles me is, and it's not a big niggle, but they
Right,
get.
David, I'm going to jump down. Right, listen, you need to stop Nightbot. He's timing out Sally Ann for some reason. I'm going to jump down and sort chat out. Right, okay.
Wait a minute, I got to go in. How the hell do I stop? Oh, hang on, bear with me, guys. I forgot I had Nightbot on there. Right, let me take Nightbot off. Let me take. Oh, I didn't realise I had. Right, that should be sorted now. No, hang on. I've got to save that one. Right, you shouldn't be having any more problems with Nightbot. Hey, wee Scottish lass. I've completely lost my train of thought now. Because of that bloody Nightbot. But, yes, I know what I was going to say now. And I know Lorraine will probably be watching, or she'll probably get a clip sent to her. But I want to put on a community post. Where did I threaten you? Because you haven't made even a little impact on me. If I was that niggled, like a lot of people, didn't matter if you're male or female, if you were so niggled by someone on the internet, when you need to get off the internet and do something else in your life for a little while and then come back on, or shall I say triggered, or you need to confront the creator head to head on a live panel. Have your say, because without, it's the same for subs. You all need, you subs, when you know something's not said, when you know something isn't right in a creator's life, and you don't agree with it, you need to speak up. Don't worry about being timed out, because if you get timed out, those creators aren't worth it in the first place. Because you're not being able to exercise your freedom of speech. But I'm going to reiterate again, it doesn't matter how many cameras you put in a house, how many cameras you put on the outside, how many lights you put on the house, how lit your area is, blah, blah. If somebody wanted to burgle your place and you were out at the time, they'd come and burgle it. Any burglar that's addicted to drugs or just wants to do it will do it. But the thing is, if somebody you really, and this goes for creators or subs, somebody you really upset, they're going to keep it to themselves. They're not going to tell you, well, I'm going to come down. They're not going to tell you in a community post or live if they was absolutely serious. They would keep everything to themselves, and they would work it out themselves. Best way to get down to an area, the best way to scare the living shit out of you. That's what they would do. Because when you threaten online, what you don't realise is the police are always watching. And if you threaten a person online, let's say Sophie upset me, for example, and I threaten Sophie online, blah, 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 and people clip it and take screenshots and blah, blah, blah. Who do you think the police are going to come up first? It's going to be me. Or it's going to be Joe Blogs, or it's going to be Jane Blogs, or Jane Doe, or whatever. But the trouble with Lorraine and Country Joe is that, I mean, you're both compulsive liars. You both like the drama. You both like to keep the drama going and winding others up. And you think you're above everyone else. One of these days, you're going to come down with a hell of a thump, because people are going to start realising exactly the type of people you are. Because I can guarantee it, these two, be nice to all the subs that come in their chat. And then when the live is over and they're chatting to each other, they'll be slagging them off. I mean, they've cut this drama up, for example, with Marie and a couple of Australian, like Marissa and I don't know who the other one was. They kept this drama up for 5 years, telling everyone, oh, they're the troublemakers. And Sally Ann had, these two ladies up on live. And absolutely tore apart their stories. And then they come out with community posts. Oh, they must be cousins. They must be sisters. They must be this. They must be that. They'll be coming out with their underwater fucking crocodile hunters next. And I don't know what's happened to Country Joe, because when I first came in, and this is 2 years ago, she was all right. She was sound. She was, having a laugh and a joke and so on and so forth. And then it's just suddenly changed. It's like you said yourself, Country Joe. Somebody pissed you off. You know, you're making a mentally ill woman very angry. Well, if you're mentally ill, go and get this. You know, go and see the doctor. He'll refer you to a psychiatrist or a psychologist. Get to the root of the problem. They're just thoroughly nasty pieces of work. And they've got so much on each other, they're just going to carry it on and on and on until one of them finally, one day, tells the other one to fuck off and reveals everything out about them. And then it'll go backwards and forwards for another fucking 5 years. Yeah. It's the first time I've had above 30, I think. No, we Scottish lass, before she kicks off, you know, I'm not going to say anything, you know, too much. But she had mentioned one thing and basically said what a few of you have said to me, you know, don't let anyone get to you. So I'm not. I took time off because I thought it was in the best interest of everyone. In fact, the day it all kicked off, I took, not on this laptop because my other laptop's buggered up at the moment, but I took WhatsApp off. I took YouTube. I took everything completely off. You know, what's it? And for a while, I just stayed off. And everyone knows I don't do lives very well on my own. So, and then I decided through Craftastic, and Craftastic is absolutely brilliant. She's one of the nicest people on here. She doesn't get involved in other people's business. She doesn't slag anyone off behind their back. She said, yes, I will get hold of Replay. I passed my number on through Craftastic Replay, rang Replay and said, and to approach Replay about doing a live so everyone could hear from my side. And that's how everything's got back together. And that's how it still works, actually. But the other thing is, you're all going after Sagacious. Oh, saggy this, saggy that. When you are offline with someone, like I chat to Crafty all the time because she always contacts me every other day, and she always says, "Oh, are you all right? And how are you keeping up?" You know. That's a great help to someone. Because when you are being bullied, I mean, Sally Ann had it. Save Robbie had it. Replays had it. When you are able to talk to somebody like it's a lifeline, it's a great stress reliever. Apart from going for a 20-minute jog or going down the gym. And the trouble is, Sagacious hasn't done anything to anyone. Not a thing. She might have very strong opinions. And there's a live where she came up when she was on one day and she was in a hell of a mood. And it was somebody she was originally friends with. They fell out, blah, blah, blah. There was a bit of banter going between each two and angry banter for a while. And then they managed to sort it out. And that's the way it should be. I know Sally Ann was doing it with Ginger and Sophie there last night. We shouldn't be falling out with each other. That's the main thing. If one side wants, an area of the streets, that's fine. Let them have it. Perfectly fine. No, I'd never attack you, Scottish lass. You were the one of the first ones to comment, but you weren't a nasty commentator, if you remember. But but what I was going to say was, because I've lost my trail of thought then. The other thing about Sagacious is she won't go anywhere. You can, prod, and she will not leave the platform. That's the one thing about her. The one thing about you lot over there is, though, you haven't got the balls when you got a problem with her, for example, to go up on her panel and to speak it out one-to-one. Because guaranteed, like Cheese did with Granny's Watching the other day, completely owned her within about 10 minutes, Sagacious would own you lot who've got a problem with her. Same as Replay would do it. Same as Sally Ann. And the rest of us. That's why hang on. I can't get used to this bloody StreamYard again. But did I? I'm just trying to think. Unless Scottish Lass was attacking somebody in the chat, and I might have snapped at her. But I can't remember now. Because you get to a certain age, you get to past 45, and your brain starts to frazzle. But that's the thing, Lorraine. This is the thing. I'm going back to you, Laurie, or Lorraine. Tell me where I threatened you to threaten your life. Put it on a CP. Because I guarantee I didn't threaten anyone's life. What I will do is, I'll offer how you protect yourselves. You know, you see the youngsters nowadays with their modern phones and their bloody earpieces, completely what's the word? Oblivious. You know, to what's going on around them when they're walking down the street. And then you got a couple of kids that see the type of phone that person's got and the headphones and blah blah. They want them within 2 minutes. They'll have it. I can give you that sort of advice. How to be safe, which may sound strange coming from me, but I know all the ins and outs of security, security and everything. Listen, JD, I've explained it, right? I'll explain it for you again. It happened 27 years ago. Is it a bigger... No, seriously. Don't time out JD. Is it a bigger shock that I've been so polite on the platform and then it all comes out and you're all thinking, oh, you know, I'm not following the chat properly. Thing is, I always used to say hello to you and Joe and everyone else and blah blah. I always used to chat. Is it more of a shock that you found out 26, 27 years ago? What are we in now? No, 26 years ago. Yeah, is it more of a shock than me usually being very, very quiet and some say withdrawn, but others say just quiet. No, you never. Exactly. If you don't like somebody, block the buggers in the chat. Yeah, exactly. But you didn't come to me. This is the thing, JD. None of you came to me. What you all did was you went into the lives that suddenly sparked up because you all thought, because not your, because you're not a creator, but you went into the lives where they were monetized. They all thought they were going to make a quick buck. And this was why I was annoyed with Sagacious for quite a while. Because she went live. Every single creator went live. The only creators that didn't go live was Replay. I think it was TT. I think Sophie didn't go live. I don't think. I knew a few didn't go live. But you all sat on lives. You didn't question it. You didn't come to me. You could have emailed me my email somewhere on the bloody page. Or you could have got hold of somebody that knew my email. But you let them run with it. You didn't disrespect me. What you did was you disrespected the person whose life I took. But the question is, what happened if you had, it was one of your family members? To all those that went live, including you, Barb. You run your mouth off about me. This is what I couldn't understand. You're hoping for a little bit of bread in your pocket. And yet you act, you've always acted the sort of person that doesn't get involved too much in the drama and blah, blah. But when an opportunity comes your way, you jump on it. And don't say you never do. That's the whole reason why you got monetized in the first place. Jury even did it. Couldn't wait to do it because she thought, run with the money. And yet at one time I held you up in the highest respect. Yeah, you did. Because you went in. This is the thing about you, Susie. You always excuse those fuckers over there. The groomer and the paedophile. And the little boy he beat up his mummy in a hissy fit. God knows what other people you've got in there. But you all sit with them. You couldn't wait to divulge all that misinformation because I never watched them. I refused to watch them. In fact, this was before everything came out. I've never seen their lives. But I know there would have been a lot of misinformation until I went up on replays that night and told my side what actually happened. No, I'll tell you what happened to get Clapback, right? I didn't get in. I didn't get in till 6 o'clock. Clapback. And apparently she had already shut the WhatsApp because we were on WhatsApp. She had already shut it at 5:30. And the thing with WhatsApp is it doesn't tell you if you're blocked or not. So it wasn't a case of ignoring her. I'd been out all fucking day until 6 o'clock. I don't sit in all day. This is the thing. I don't care where you've been, Susie, but you sit a lot with a lot of them. Yes, I do realise that, Jim. But the thing is, let's put it like this. Jack's a paedophile. Extremely nasty little That's what his criminal conviction is. He's known as a paedophile. I'm not going to call it she because some people play the race card, some people play the colour card, some people play all sorts of cards. Till I get proof that he's transitioned into whatever, I'm not going to use these he, she, they, them, and whatever fucking bullshit that comes out of them. When he first came into the community, he came into the DeLoreans and said it was something about statutory rape. He was older than the girl. The mother found out. She prosecuted. And then recently, what it was quite a it was sexual battery, I think, and something else. But it was quite a nasty thing. And then they pleaded it all down like they do it over there and like over here. But he never revealed, it was a particularly nasty piece of sexual battery. And then you got, you can't call it like in a groomer, but yeah, he was in a chat with underage kids. And he was being quite repulsive, apparently. I haven't seen all the evidence, I've heard it. I've seen some of it from ODN. And blah, blah. But if you call them out on what they've been doing, fucking hell, they go nuts. It's like double standards on it. Hang on, my laptop's playing it. Then if no one gives a shit about what happened, right? Why do you get certain creators still chatting about it and still trying to, and certain subs still trying to say, well, you shouldn't be on it? When you've got all sorts on it. You've got people with mental illnesses, you've got paedophiles, you've got groomers, you've got all sorts on it. Oh, I said that, JD, but the thing is, what I'm saying is, hang on, I've got a, what's it? I haven't got much longer, I've got to shoot off in a minute. It's a case of it was none of your fucking business. The only people I've ever said to is anyone I've actually dated. I told my wife within 20 minutes, my late wife, the one I married after I got out of prison. I told her within 20 minutes. She thought I was actually joking. I've had, since she passed away nearly 6 years ago in January, I've probably had 2 relationships. One online and when I met in the pub. And when it was starting to get a little bit too serious online, that's when I said, well, this is what I did, blah, blah, blah. They accepted it. One in the pub didn't go anywhere because she was boring as fuck anyway. But you can get my idea. I always take precautions. Hang on. No, I haven't said not. Don't judge. You can be where the fuck you want. This is the thing. No, I'm not going nuts. Hang on, I'm not going nuts. I haven't been on. This is the first time I've been on in. What's it? But you see, you got so many creators and you got a few little subs that are running their mouth about me, distorting this fact and distorting that fact and blah, blah, blah. Any one of them can come up. I haven't blocked any of them. I think the only person I got blocked is Pesky, but Pesky's a complete idiot and a drunkard anyway. Wouldn't know the truth of it, bitter on the fucking arse. But the rest of them aren't blocked, and yet they're, where are they? Where are all the ones that are running their mouth about me? I've lost my train of thought now. Exactly, replay. You can tell I'm not good at this on you. I'm not saying I'm not. I've owned up to everything. Right, JD. Did you not see me say on replays, I don't condone it, what I did? Yes, well, in my case, it was a manslaughter. Ooh. No, Jim, the problem is they all run this narrative, blah, blah, blah. They all had, in fact, I don't actually know what they had. I don't know what was uncovered, apart from a few magazine cuttings and blah, blah. Not one of them, not one of all the monetized channels that went live that particular day when it all broke, had the balls to come to me to get my side. Not one of them said, well, can you come up on panel and explain yourself? Not one. Every single fucker that went live, that was mostly monetized, they ran with all the narrative from these cuttings. Replay was the only one that asked me to go up on panel and explain my side, along with, I think it was Sally Ann. And let me give you a bit of background to all this, how it all kicked off. Replay had two different groups. In one group, there was me, there was Crafty, who already left it. There was London, Solo, Lorraine, and LMP. And then in the other group, there were just four of us. There was hang on. That would be five of us, wouldn't it? Me, Solo, London Girl, Crafty, and obviously Replay. So yeah, 4. I called Lorraine out one night. She had obviously taken a screenshot of all her numbers. All right, she had blacked out all the numbers, but she had still put it up. London had seen it, and you know, Solo kicked off at me for having to go at what's it. So I left the group that night. And then lo and behold, little Miss Purple, chats as nicely as she can. And she was set up by Solo and by London, and they can deny it all they want. Because Lorraine had left one of the groups anyway. And that's how they found out. Because I'm an open book. If you came to me with something and you'd said to me, oh, well, I was just pissing about with what's it? And your name that came up with this article and blah, blah. I would have told you. I told LMP. She then starts blurring it out all over the place, and that's how it broke. And you know that Solo and London used her because she wouldn't have done it on her own. Why didn't I tell people close to you right away? Because none of you are fucking close to me in that sort of sense. This is the internet. I am not going to tell strangers on the fucking internet. In fact, no one should be have to tell strangers on the internet. The records, all sort of records, should be closed unless you go for a job that you have to do some sort of criminal records check. I chose to keep it private because that's me. I chose to do it that if I have a partner in the future, I tell them if they accept it, that's fine. If they don't, then I walk away or they walk away. We both walk away. But if you knew me in real life, you'd know that I'm an extremely private person. I don't like to explain too much. No problem. Hi Sal, sorry, I'm catching up with chat. Exactly so. The thing is, I've been out for 26 years. I haven't reoffended in any way, shape, or form. Might be different for different people, but I haven't. I have actually, yeah. And the other thing is, it's like I know Replay went on, I think it was Replay, it went on my behalf and went on TT. TT said, don't want him in chat, and I've been respectful. I do watch. Out of respect for Sagacious, because I used to be a banner partner. I don't watch and I don't chat in that particular live. I've only just come back into Replay's chat and blah blah, and Sally Ann's chat. I don't know who, you know. I was watching your chat with Trisha last night, I think it was. But I didn't chat in there. I thumbs up the WhatsApp. I didn't want to offend anyone, you see, because I don't like the thought that I go into a chat and then people automatically are offended and then they remove themselves, you know, and sub. I can't see Bobby's. I can't see Bobby's comments. You're not blocked, Bobby. Maybe like. I know, like, don't get offended. I know Americans are used to records being open. I think it's a great idea that criminal records are open to a certain degree. I think the way you deal with, say, sex offenders, where they can't be within a mile of a school, either living or walking past, great idea. The problem is over here. If we had an open system, it's extremely. Certain types of offenders would automatically be picked out. And it would go on to all sorts of offenders, but a person who burgled just for fun, accidentally got caught, did time, blah blah. They would get, bullied. That's why that's why the government believes that the records should be closed. There are ways to find out, somebody's conviction, but again, it's the way. What's it? Exactly, that's what I wanted. Clapback. I don't mind. I don't, if people are divided at the moment, fine. But you have others that have. How can I say it? You have others that. I'll come back to that. I can't think of it at the moment because my head's just turned into mush at the moment. No, I didn't call. Right, this is where it all gets blown out of proportion, right? With people. You've got the people that listen and follow word by word by word. And then you get the people who don't exactly listen, who will come into a chat and they will say something that's not been said. I said, Lycan is a groomer. I said, Jax is the paedophile. I can't remember. I said, Jax is the paedophile. I can't remember. I said, Jax is the paedophile. I can't remember. I said, Jax is the paedophile. I can't remember. I said, Jax is the paedophile. I can't remember. I said, Jax is the paedophile. I can't remember. I said, Jax is the paedophile. I can't remember. I said, Jax is the paedophile. I can't remember. I said, Jax is the paedophile. I can't remember. I said, Jax is the paedophile. I can't remember. I said, Jax is the paedophile. I can't remember. I said, Jax is the paedophile. I can't remember. I said, Jax is the paedophile. I can't remember. I said, Jax is the paedophile. I can't remember. I said, Jax is the paedophile. I can't remember. I said, Jax is the paedophile. I can't remember. I said, Jax is the paedophile. I can't remember. I said, Jax is the paedophile. I can't remember. I said who the fat boy is who beat up his mother. I also said you're free to go where the fuck you want to view. And there you are, Jennifer, turning around saying, well, I called Max and Jane a P. I don't even remember mentioning somebody called Max. Oh, ow. That's the point, Jim. This is the first time I've come on tonight for a long time. On my own, what I'm saying is on my own channel. Actually on my own. It's very rare I do run on my own because I get stressed. Hey, Cole. Hey, Tricia, Tara, Tricia. Yes. Little Miss Plast, yes. Oh, God. I think I was on a call with her 9 times on flipping WhatsApp until it all busted out. And 7 of those times she was pissed. Oh, God. But it doesn't stop me from worrying about people, and I think she needs to get help with her alcoholism. Whether or not you like somebody on here or lump them, if they have a serious mental health problem or they got a serious addiction, you got to find some way of helping them. I'm just reading through the. Yes, you do, Tricia. What is it? I have to. Yeah, it was. You got to remember, everyone's to write an opinion, and everyone has an opinion like they have an asshole. Or is it assholes are like opinions? Everyone has one. It's something like that, anyway. And the trouble is, here's another thing, right? I've got a biological daughter and I've got 2 stepdaughters. I hate the word step. Absolutely hate it. And I said to my missus at the time, she didn't have the girls because of her ex-partner. Anyway, her ex-partner kicked my eldest, which is now 30. I mean, you're going back 15 years ago. Social services got involved. Social services came to us. And she wanted to come back and live with us, obviously because of her mother. And they said to me, did you have a criminal conviction? And I said yes, and I explained all the whole thing. So do you mind consenting to a criminal, what we call this criminal record check? It's a PVG in Scotland. Anyway, for some reason, it cleared anyway. They didn't feel I was a danger to whoever now is my eldest, my Natalie. So if you all think I'm still a danger, best thing for you to do is block me. I don't mind that if I don't see comments. Don't mind that at all. If you don't want to talk to me, that's fine. Because after all, this is just online. This isn't real life. This isn't like you're down in the pub chatting with your mates and blah, blah. Hang on, I've got to catch up with... What's it? Hi, Christina. Oh, right, hang on, JD, because I've only just caught up with your message. Hang on. Well, first, I'm sticking up for me now, at the moment, at this very moment in time. And can I exactly reach through the screen to grab someone? It's just a lame excuse on your part. If you don't want to know, then I said block. You don't have to see me, make comments or anything. You don't have to see me in lives or anything like that. But mainly you're over the group, you're over somebody now who supports a groomer, supports paedophiles, supports whoever. They went from a nice person and then they suddenly changed when I walked away from them. So I don't see your point, JD. I've admitted to it. I've done my time. This is what I'm saying. I've done my time. What I'm also saying is those that, don't want to know me, you've got the block button. But there were a lot of people that tried to get rid of Mrs. P, if you remember. Mrs. Portland. Oh, big council culture because she used to kick off in chats and blah, blah. And she had to take some time off because of a certain creator. But she's back. They didn't cancel her. Hang on, okay. No, don't attack each other in the chat. If you don't like being what's said or you don't agree with somebody, if you don't agree with somebody's opinions, you don't like them anyway, just block them. That way you can't no one can attack each other. I don't want it in the chat. I don't want anyone attacking each other. I just want your honest points of views. That's the whole reason I was going to do this live. Yes, and stop. Don't attack anyone. No attack. God, it's tiring. Exactly, replay. Oh, I thought I knew the ghost of mischief would turn. Oh, it's the 6th time. They're a joke. If that's hang on, that would be entirely up to Sagacious what she does. I haven't contacted her. I haven't gone into her chats. I'm not subscribed to her. I mean, I don't know what sort of point you're trying to make, JD. Yes, I do. Thank you, replay. Actually, yeah. Can't see him off my. I've got to do it off StreamYard because my eyes are too short to see the small print on this laptop. It's going to be bloody Saturday night. I have to get going in a minute. Oh, God. Hold on, I'm losing the. It is like being in high school. It's like you have two sides. It's the same as being on two sides of the street. Only people that just want to. But that's about it, I think. All I'm going to say is from now, I'm back. I'm going to do my lives whether or not people like or lump it. I'm going to do open panels here. Whether or not, you decide to come up on the open panels and blah blah. And those who don't like me, just block. Boom. I expect after I do this live, you have to, that the joke is coming in. Yeah, the thing is, though, all right, it was a big shock to everyone. I didn't realise it would be banned as much as it would. But I haven't. Yes, I'm opinionated on certain creators. You're never going to stop me being opinionated. But you've got the idiots that try to, to cancel Mrs. P. No one should be cancelled off YouTube or any platform unless they are a danger. I'm talking about a real danger to people. Those sort of people should never be on there. As far as I'm concerned, it happened 26 years ago. None of your fucking businesses. Unless you heard a rumour, you could have come up to me and said, blah, blah. And I would have told you straight out like I told Little Miss Purple. And for the record, I never threatened her. All I said was, just keep it quiet. Unfortunately, that was a misnomer because everyone knows she's a fucking liability when she starts drinking. But I'm not walking away. Because I've been told, well, why should you walk away when you've got certain people that have been accepted in a certain community? Oh, and everything's perfectly fine and blah, blah. When they're all miserable buggers over there anyway. Over here we have a lot more fun. There's a lot more fun. You got Carol, Trisha and Sol. You've got Replay. You've got Sally Ann. You've got Sophie. All proper characters in their own right. And they've all been filling up. I don't know if it's the right word. All made to look like scapegoats. When they pulled away from those, from the miserable bench over on the other side of the streets. So you meet JD, right? Now you sit with Joa, who is very, very good friends with a convicted criminal. It was supposedly Lycan's ex now. And then somebody comes into that chat when you're all together who is known to be a paedophile, and then you got, and so on and so forth. So you have no room to talk. You accept all them for all they are. And yet you're taking it out on me. And this is what I can't understand. I told you, you don't like it. Stay over there. Don't come over here bothering. I keep forgetting this. Tell you what, JD, you stay over that side. Be your miserable self, along with Joe, who's now for some reason a miserable little sod. You run with you know, you sit on the panels with the groomer and the you know, the paedophile transition into whatever. I bet you if he had a chance, he'd be a freaking letterbox, not a whatever he's supposed to be, or she's supposed to be, or what they're supposed to be, or oh, for fuck's sake. Don't get me started on that subject, Ivan. I'm trying to replay, but the trouble is it's addicting trying to answer somebody somebody that's clearly not getting it into their heads that they all stay on that side if they don't appreciate being in this chat. I have to. Right, 5 more minutes and I must go. Yeah, I know it's difficult to not look at the chat. Oh. Actually, no, he wouldn't. I didn't know Robin was in. The Scottish lass, I didn't delete your messages. I do know it has deleted them. I don't actually see them. No. Oh, I'll try and do me. Oh, God. Oh, 2 seconds. Maria, you and me have had we had a history. We fell out with each other and then we were chatting. it's difficult to explain. Even after all these years, I may not show. I'm the sort of person who doesn't show their emotions. You know the old saying that men shouldn't show their emotions, and women should. What was it? Men shouldn't show the emotions, and women should be feminine and all that. All that bullshit coming back. I mean, it's an old saying. I can still see certain things, and even chatting tonight, it's triggered off certain images. I could be in a shop, and it's something. It could be a colour. It could be because I don't like large groups of people anyway. But it could be things like that. It triggers images. And the human brain is an absolute bastard because it'll remind you and remind you, unless you get, obviously, you get dementia or you get Alzheimer's towards the end. It'll always, what's it? So even if I don't show the remorse or I don't sound remorseful, my fucking brain's always spinning out of control. It sounds strange, but hold on, my laptop's going funny. No, I can see you, Rupert. I mean, JD. Right, don't. No more timing out unless you specifically need to. I'm not doing the deleting. I must get off in a minute. I didn't say Jamie's Peter. I said agreeing with this. Apparently, somebody said they're two different situations. Where is Sophie? Oh, there you are, Sophie. I didn't see you for a while. Oh, God. No, I didn't. I was no. Hold on. I didn't say to block you from here. I didn't tell anyone to block you. What I'm saying is, if you don't want to be in my chats, now listen. I know it's late because we've all had a long day in the UK. Same as I mean, Australia's just starting. Hang on, the chat's going fast for some reason. Right. What I'm saying is, If you do not want to be in this chat, JD, I'm not putting a gun to your head. What I'm saying is, you block me, and you go on your merry way. You can go back to Jura and have a good laugh with her and whatever else, you know. That's what I said. That is what I've been saying for the last several fucking minutes. If you don't like me, block me. Oh God, not another fucking groomer fucking supporter. I don't see. I can't see. No, it's not Wee Scottish Lass. It's not. They're all pissed off. They're all pissed because I used to have a great banter with them. Blah blah blah. You know, in chats. And then it all came out about me. They were all shocked. Oh my God, he can't be this and can't be that. Yeah, no one blocked Wee Scottish last minute. That's what they're all upset about. They're upset because they didn't know my, information beforehand. The reason they're upset is because they couldn't use it against me until it all came out. And like I said, I was pissed off because none of them came to me, apart from two people came to me, actually. Sagacious tried to get hold of me and I was out, and by the time I got back, she'd already blocked me. And also Replay also was trying to get hold of me, and unfortunately I wasn't back in time. Oh, it's 2 secs. Yes, I went to court, I did my time, blah blah. But I'm still the same old me. I'm still exercising, 5 miles a day. I'm still in the gym 3 times a week. I don't bother anyone. Don't have anything to do with anyone. I don't like big crowds anyway. Excuse me. Is there anything else anyone wants to know before I go? I know I haven't explained myself very well. I don't do well explaining on my own. I'm not very. I'm not. I get tongue tied too quick, and my anxiety shoots through the roof. But I got rid of Nightbot. Sorry if you got timed out. That was Nightbot, but that's what's it? JD, I personally don't care. No problem, Cole. I personally don't care whether or not you're glad you found out. You're making it out as if I was going to meet you at some point, even though you're a happily married woman of X amount of years. Or meet the family or blah, blah. That's what you're making out. That's what it absolutely sounds like. But yet, you sit on a panel where a paedophile comes in. I don't care if he's done the registration or not. He's still a paedophile. He occasionally chats in there. And you're perfectly happy to make all these assumptions on me when you're in that fucking chat. I don't care if it's on, when on jurors' private lives and blah blah. You think I don't see them? You don't think I've got people, little spies, that give me the info? I've seen what comments come in out there because she hadn't got the bollocks to come up over here. I have just said to you, JD, if you don't like my chat or coming into my chat these days or whatever, then don't come in. Block me. How many times have I said? I've said it about 5-6 times. I didn't ask you to come in here tonight. I didn't force your head with a gun and say, you got a comment in the chat. Oh. It's out there. It's all out. It's in probably replays feed that has the most views, Vern. No, yeah, you did read Scottish Lass, and you also said to me, basically in a nutshell, to keep my chin up. Don't let anyone get to me. If I did accidentally throw you under the bus, then I do apologise here and now. I don't see you in my chat very often, but you're always welcome to come in and read Scottish. Hang on, I can't see it. Hang on, let me go back into StreamYard a minute. Who's a pedo? You don't know Seashell? No. I'm not explaining it. Just mention that name so many times makes me sick even thinking about that particular person. Exactly, Glenn. What Glenn said, don't chat, or better yet, don't watch if you don't like me. Oh, my neck. You don't have to say your story, wee Scottish lass. You do not have to say anything. And you don't have to defend yourself in this chat either, Scottish lass. Sophie, behave. Block each other if you don't like each other. Block each other. This is what I'm saying. I need to get out. It's fucking midnight. I needed to get the dog walked. I've had a long bloody day. Oh. No questions are allowed. I just don't want to go into it again. Or if somebody wants to, no, I'm not going to mention it. I didn't see the comments between you two, but this is what I'm saying, Sophie. I didn't see the little scrap you two had because I probably had my eyes shut where I was trying to keep me mind on check. You know what I'm like when I'm doing things on my own. Don't do it, Sophie. Oh, great. No. Don't. Yeah, it might be better to do that actually. You don't have to defend yourself, Scottish lass. Right, I'm going to get off because it's midnight and I've got to walk the dog. Yeah. I wouldn't Scottish lass because somebody will run with it and then you'll get all the flack there, forget about me, and then they're thingy on you. To roll, Sophie. Just block each other. Right, I've got to get off. Right. How do I? Give up. Right, I'm going to get off. Those who commented, thank you for coming in. Those who want to support me, that's perfectly fine. Thank you. Those who don't, simply ignore me. That's all you got to do. See you later.